I would like to introduce myself. Okay, my name is Irshad. I am a CEO and co-founder of Pentas. We are a Malaysian NFT marketplace. So part of our strategy is to be a key player in NFT spaces in Malaysia and also regionally. So this is an opportunity for us because we believe there are many inquiries, there are many questions about what is NFT, what is blockchain, how to start, and there is also a lot of a misconception about NFT. And for us, from Pentas, we have this initiative where our objective is not only mentioning about products, but we are going to educate the people about what is blockchain. Because at the end of the day, this is a core fundamental where if you understand it, then you love about it. Without people understanding it, so basically it's not easy to see what are the things that we try to build, what are the things that might change the structure of the world. So thank you everyone. So from time to time, as I said, I will continue reading the comment. And I might respond to the comment according to, if let's say in during the session, if you guys have anything, I might check out the comment. So you can interact with me on the comment. Okay, right. To start with, let me see. Okay, what are the things that I'm going to cover and what are the things that is not? So what we are going to do today is blockchain fundamentals, NFT fundamentals, how to begin your journey into NFT. These is the things that we're going to cover. And what is the things that I'm not going to mention or I'm not going to explain furthermore, because this is not our path. Is either it is related to Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, or it is related to investment and boring history related. Of course, when we talk about history, sometimes it is good, but for this session, our objective is I want to make people understand. And if somebody asks you what is a blockchain, what is NFT, you know how to explain to people. So those are the key that I'm trying to share together on this session. Right, okay. So to begin with, normally when people ask me how do I start, right? Because we heard this blockchain a lot, blockchain here, blockchain there, and there are many things happening in the papers and so on. There's the issues also with regulation. So when I talk to people, I love to explain about this situation, because when I explain this, it open up a lot of things that might arise. So if you see, there's one thing I love to mention is there's a gap that shaped the world, because historically what happened, right? We are, us as human, as a civilization, there are 5 stages that happening right now. So first is a survival stage, is where people start to build houses, people start to build empire. This is a survival stage. Then the next stage is knowledge, and during this period, university, people who travel because of they want to learn. University exists because of this, means people are sharing knowledge. Knowledge is a gap that might not exist during survival stage. Then after knowledge comes energy. Of course, between these stages, there are many, I would say it does not happen within 10 years or a decade. It might happen in a long period of time. So the third stage is energy. Energy is where there's a boom of fossil fuel. There is because of this, there is an industrial revolution, and etc. and etc. And after energy, there's a distance gap, and from distance gap, internet was born. Modern technology was born, and many things was born. Because if you can dissect, if you can split what is happening in this world based on this gap, you have a clear understanding what is really happening next. So if you understand what is this, definitely you can predict what's going to happen in the future. So we already passed survival, we already passed that knowledge gap, we already passed the energy gap, and we are in a distance gap. That's why even though we are here, I can read your comment, right? Hanis Tajuddin, welcome. I can see your comments. Even though we are far away, even though because of COVID, I'm staying at my place, you are staying at your place, we are very near to each other. We can talk, we can share knowledge. So what is the things is going to happen next? right? What is the thing? From here, we already solve the distance gap by the innovation of internet. Internet solve many things. Internet solve distance. Internet solve data transfer. But next, there's a next big thing that's going to happen is a trust gap. Trust gap is where you don't need to trust a centralized agency or centralized government or centralized banking. So those type of solution is actually eliminating middlemen. This is where the citizen, the human being is actually, you can have a solution where you can help each other. There's one very good cases, right? The one of the use case that is happening right now for us as a Malaysian. I believe everyone know about Kita Jaga. Kita Jaga is one of the initiative. It's actually doing you are helping to each other directly one to one. There's no middleman. There's a centralized system where it broadcasts, okay, someone needs help, and at the same time you can directly help. So those are a tip of an iceberg where this is actually happening right now. Trust gap, and this is a good, for me, this is a good introduction why blockchain exists. And if you are in an era where you understand where internet is born, you understand the features of internet, because at that time internet was very, how to say, infant. If you want to send something, right, if you want to call someone, you can just pick up a phone. But if you want to use internet, if you want to send a text message, it might take a long period of time. So you can't, like, say there's a dial up at that time, and so on and so on. So a decade has passed, multiple decades has passed. Internet has flourished, and because of that, there's another things that world need to solve, which is trust, and it leads to blockchain. So conclusion on this slide is actually, I want to open your mind that if you can dissect what is happening in this world by these stages, you will understand what is going to happen next in the near future. So this explains why we need blockchain. Back to this webinar, because the aim is, again, I try to educate and tell people, or make people easy to understand blockchain. At the end, we will go towards NFT, and at the end, a little bit of introduction who we are. So when it comes to blockchain, it's a difficult jargon where people see, oh, this terminology is, I heard it everywhere, but how do I explain to people, right? So if we split it into two, block, for me, if you ask me, it contains information, it contains data, it is a container, it contains something. And when it comes to a chain, it's actually, those blocks are related and linked together. Okay, let's forget about the words. One of the best example. So the aim, as I said, is I want people who are in this session, after undergo this, you must be able to explain to people what is blockchain. So based on this analogy, okay, you imagine block is this box. So when it comes to this box, you can put anything inside, and one of the things that you can put inside is data. Data can be many things. It can be phone number, it can be whatever you want to put. You can put inside a box, and you can lock it. Why you need to lock is because you want to make sure those data is protected. Nobody can take out, nobody can change it, right? So when you have that data, you put in a box and you lock it. So this is the first tip, how to make people understand. So you have a block, you put it, you lock it, and you have the key. So here is a key for block number 0. And when we talk about chain, okay, we want to add more data, or we want to change the data. So we have another box. Okay, we have a second box here. So from this second box, I have more data. So I add in the data. At the same time, I will add in the key from the first box. So I take the key from here, and I will also put it inside box number 1. So what will happen? Block number 0, you can't open it without opening block number 1, right? Because the key is actually putting inside here. And this thing goes on and on and on. So because of this analogy, okay, I hope that is very clear what is actually blockchain, right? So it's something that from the first block you put data inside, and the key from the first block you put on block number 1, you lock it. Then on the next block you have the key, you include the data, you put on block number 2, you lock block number 2. This thing continues, and nobody, if in a scenario where, oh, I need to change data from block number 0, you can't do it. You need to get the key from block number 1. Oh, you can't open block number 1, you need to get the key from block number 2. So it has those chain reaction. And yeah, this is for me is a best analogy. We might share this content later if in case you need to explain to people what is blockchain, but for me, I believe this is one of the best approach if in case I need to explain to people what is blockchain. So yeah, give a thumbs up if this is very clear for you guys. Alright, so we have more audience coming in. Thank you. So now, as I explained, this is the core fundamental of blockchain, and it is a matter of data, right? So we have a chain reaction of this box. I will go more deeper. Okay, Muhaimin Hadi, yeah, you feel free to ask. We have a Q&A session after this. Okay, right. So we are getting more complex. If you understand, right, in earlier stage we have those boxes, right? We have all those boxes, and from that boxes it will go infinite, continue and continue and continue. And there is a terms called blockchain network. Blockchain network, okay, the copy of all of those information is actually, it has a multiple copy located everywhere in the network. And who is the one that responsible taking care of that copy? So this is mostly nodes, because I believe most of us here aware about torrent. If people know about torrent, if who is the one that hosting the file, it might not be not only one PC, it can be distributed into multiple PC. So it implements the same concept. So the block information, the chain of that block, is actually distributed among all of this those blockchain network. So that's why, because of this, and as what I explained earlier, in the blockchain you can't even temper the data. You can't change the data. If let's say you want to change the data 100 block before, so it means you see the relation of those chain. So you can't do that. It's impossible for people to modify or change the data, because it is locked, and it has multiple copies. It has, if even one information here, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse. Do you guys can see my mouse here? Can you give a thumbs up if you can see my mouse pointer? Okay. So even if there's an information mismatch here, it will be ignored. So I hope that it opens up a bit, how to say, I hope that it clears up your mind what is blockchain, because as I said, the key fundamental that this blockchain solve is actually, you don't need to trust a single database, right? If there's a database, means there's a record that you can update, insert, you can change. The admin of that database can change. The owner of that database can change. So when it comes to blockchain, everybody take a responsibility making a copy of the block, like the box that I draw here, and at the same time, nobody, not even a single individual on earth, can modify or tamper the data. So yeah, okay. Okay, now if you ask me, I believe that we understand the fundamental of blockchain, why it is secured, why it is protected, because of that box and lock mechanism. And at the same time, people might ask, because in the blockchain there's a lot of things that when people see blockchain, they will relate with coins or cryptocurrency. And if I goes back to this slide, right, when I mention about the data, what are those data actually? Is it a letter, or is it? So to elaborate further, what are those data that people keep inside the block? Okay, it can be a ledger, right? It can be a token information. If for those, for example, if you are Malaysian, you are familiar with buku 555, where sometimes if you own someone, you write down, okay, who is, okay, Farhan, let's say Farhan, you owe someone, you will write down in the buku 55 and say, okay, Farhan owe RM1 to this person. So those are ledgers. Those are the information that people write and kept as a data that they embed into that block. So based on that, okay, so if you see that is a ledger information. Oh, okay, so in the ledger it contains those information, and those information is actually related to account. Okay, it can as I said earlier, it can be buku 55 mentioning, okay, these people owns this amount, and it have multiple account on it. And from there you have multiple account, and those account will be linked to a wallet. So if you see the journey from the beginning, why blockchain is invented, comes to the what is the data inside, comes to a ledger, and at the end of the day it will link back to a wallet, which is for us, if you want to open a bank account, you need to go to the bank, you need to give your IC, you need to sign up and everything. They will create a bank account number for you. You can access via either Maybank to you. So in the crypto space, you have those account and it is accessible via a wallet. So for those who are asking, this is one of the most famous crypto wallet, which is MetaMask. I'm not going to touch here also. So hopefully, as of this stage, I managed to clear up what are the basic fundamentals of blockchain, because you already understand why it is created, the basic fundamental on how from a block it stores data, it protects the data, it links to an account, and at the end it links to a wallet. So wallet is the one that, how do you access those information, how it is act as a credential. So for you, when people ask you, okay, what is your crypto wallet? In Malaysia, we can use Luno, we can use Tokenize, and there is some other third-party plugin where you can use, for example, in this case, is MetaMask. So those are the credential approach of identifying who is the owner of the account. Okay. There is one part. Okay, this is a bit tricky. All of people here clear? Hopefully you guys understand on blockchain. And there's one important part. If people know what is blockchain, there's additional components called smart contract. Yes, Peter, okay. What is smart contract? Right? Smart contract is a rules. Okay. How do I explain this? For example, when I mention about this account, right? Definitely in accounting ledger there is a transfer. For example, okay, I need to transfer a token to you, you need to transfer a token to me. It can be as simple as send and receive. But when it comes to smart contract, there is additional features where you can write in a set of rules to execute before conducting the transfer. I will explain this later when it comes to NFT, and why I highlight this here is because it is very crucial, and this is part of a solution where NFT is so prominent is because of this smart contract. Because in NFT there is a things called royalty. So those royalties is actually paid from a smart contract, and smart contract is also part of the data, right? Part of the data here that embed into the block. So example, before, let's say I need to transfer to you, before I transfer to you, one of the logic is, okay, I need to ensure royalty is being paid. So the rules embed in the contract stated that before I transferring the NFT to you, you must pay the royalty to the artist before the execution can be done. So those are a set of rules where programmer can include before conducting the NFT transfer. These are part of the example, and hopefully this can clear up things that I will explain in the future. And yes, that is part of blockchain, and I'll touch a bit on smart contract. So I hope at this point, based on this analogy, right? Based on this analogy, everybody here, everybody who is in this session, you should be able to explain to people what is blockchain. Yes, CY, correct. Smart contract changed a lot of things. it is a very powerful creation, because again the fundamental is start with a blockchain where things cannot be altered. When people create smart contract, people put on the blockchain, nobody can change the contract, nobody can, it's impossible because of these fundamentals. Okay, this part done. Okay, next I'm going to touch is non-fungible token. I believe the word itself is not how to say human friendly. It's not human friendly, and it's very like technical type of terms. But in blockchain, as of now, I might not know what is going to happen in the future, but as of now, there are two types of token. There are two types of how to say asset or things in blockchain, which is fungible and non-fungible. So when it comes to fungible, I get some this illustration that explain. One of a good example is Bitcoin. Even though I'm not going to explain the history of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is actually one of the example that I believe everyone here who is joining us here knows this, right? So fungible is, for example, 1 ringgit or $1 is always equals to another piece of $1. So when you have that 1 ringgit paper, right, if you have one piece of notes RM1 with that Agung photo, it is same value of one piece of 1 ringgit notes is equivalent to another piece of 1 ringgit notes. So because of the perceived value is treated equal, I can change because the value is the same. Even though one paper is already have a maybe slightly damaged, another paper is brand new, but the value itself is the same. I can give you 1 ringgit notes, you can give me 1 ringgit notes. That is fungible. That's a clear cut on how, because people treat it equal value. But in this world, in this space, not everything is equal value. Not everything is equal value. So that's why non-fungible exists. Because when people create tokens in crypto space, right, there's a needs of, because sometimes when you create something, the value might be equals to another things. So example, one of the things I put here, like a house. In NFT, actually, you can tokenize a house, right? You can tokenize a house if you want to. You can tokenize the artwork. You can tokenize many things. Because one piece of artwork, when you tokenize it, it might not be same as another set of artwork. So the value is itself, it representing different things. It perceived by people on a different value. Some people might see, this is more expensive, I will buy it more. So those are the key difference on fungible and non-fungible. Right. Okay, so next, when comes to non-fungible, okay, you see earlier I did mention that one token, one non-fungible token, it has separate value. So it is also can be treated as, if I have a digital content, if I have artworks, I want to create a token out of it. Okay, so when you tokenize that, there is a terms that I will share later. When you want to create an NFT, means you want to create a non-fungible token, when you put it on the blockchain, it can be a birth certificate or digital creation. So it can be, as I said, I believe one day, if our education certificate, our vaccination certificate, it can be on a blockchain, it can be tokenized, it can be, so those are the birth certificate. It can be as a proof of ownership, okay, and it can also be a historical timestamp. Because earlier when I start this session, I explained about the security that the blockchain has, because it is nobody can change, nobody can alter the data. So because of that, you can tokenize many things. You can tokenize arts, and it comply to this point where those arts, those things, when you put it on a blockchain, it become a birth certificate, right? It's very beautiful when people see the true potential of this. Okay, next, and I did also explain earlier about smart contract, and I did mention about NFT. So smart contract combined with NFT, then there's a powerful things happen. Okay, smart contract is a set of rules where you can write. And even in the earlier, I did mention about example, okay, before I transfer the token to you, please execute this, which means, okay, you need to pay royalty, you need to do this, that, and so on and so on. So when combining smart contract and NFT, one of the things that solve many problems right now, there are many things is solved because of this, and that is also a reason why there's such a huge hype amongst digital content creators right now, is because of perpetual royalty. And who is the one that paying those royalty? It's not us, Pentas. It's not whatever BMG Records. It's not. There's no such agencies that paying those royalty. The one that pays those royalty, that govern it, is actually a smart contract. And people who protect the smart contract is the entire network of a blockchain. So if there's a transaction happen, if someone bought an NFT, the royalty is being paid because the smart contract tell the system to do so. And because of smart contract also, the market has the marketplace. Marketplace means there are many, I will put this way, marketplace is something like e-commerce, Shopee, Lazada, where for actual product you can open a shop in Shopee or Lazada, you can sell it. For NFT, you can put it on a marketplace. So because of smart contract, it enable marketplace to help execute those transactions, to help to call that smart contract, okay, this smart contract, please do the transaction, and everything will be done. Paying the royalty, doing the transfer, it happening on the smart contract. And at the end of the day, because of this combination, it empowered the digital creators. So before this, artists actually they live on the commission base. They live based on how to say, freelance. People ask them to do artworks, they can't sell. There's a photographer. There are many actually digital creators. And if it goes back to the gap that shaped the world during the internet era, all of us is actually digital creators. I believe all of us here is using Facebook, right? We post something, we create something, but does the content that we create belong to us? No. NFT is actually indicates, because of those birth certificate, it can tell the content that I publish, the content that I create, is belongs to me. So those are the key things that is very beautiful when it comes to NFT. And one of a terminology, okay, the journey, okay, people understand blockchain, they know there are two types of a token, which is fungible and non-fungible. And people might ask, right, if I go back to here, okay, in non-fungible, how do I create, how do I, for example, I have a house, I want to tokenize my house. I don't have a plan to sell it, but I want to put it as part of a historical, maybe this is your first house you bought, right? If let's say you post it on Facebook, that's it. Facebook has that, hold that data. It's not belong to you, right? But what you can do as part of things that you can tokenize it, you can put it on a blockchain because it is forever, right? And the way to do so, the terminology is called mint. Why I highlight this is because mint or minting is a process where you might find this a lot when you talk to other creators. So when people start into NFT, okay, they understand blockchain, they understand the tokens, what's the difference between fungible and non-fungible, and they know what is mint. Mint is a process to create a token, either it's fungible or non-fungible. So if I talk to another artist, hey, do you plan to mint your art? So those are the things that means they are going to tokenize those creation. And okay, journey into NFT, I will hold for a while. I want to read comment. So as of now, I want to see how was everyone, everything good, clear. Okay, we have a good audience. Okay, now there is technical details, okay, on how people can start into NFT, okay, but before we jump into details, these stages will explain and it will clear up what you need to do. Okay, the first thing, if people, okay, we know about NFT, we know about what are the things that NFT solve, but how do I start? There are three things as a creators you need to have, or you must know what to do. First, you need to have wallet, because as I explained earlier, right? Why wallet? Because it goes back to here. That's the reason why you need wallet. Okay, next is digital content. It's up to you. Everyone have a creativity. Everyone has something that they want to put on a blockchain. There must be something. There must be a digital content that you want to create it as NFT. So example, it can be an art pieces. And next is, once you have those digital content, where do you put it? Which is marketplace. Okay, one of the easiest approach for people to mint, because mint is an approach of creating the token. How do you create the token? You can actually by interacting directly with the blockchain, but this is not for, I believe this is not easy for everyone. So one of the easiest way for you to mint, for you to create the content and put on a blockchain, is actually via marketplace. So by understanding these three concepts, is actually you are clear to go. Oh, I need to know, I must have a wallet. Because why? Wallet is my account. Wallet is indicating those NFT is belong to me. You need to have wallet. You can explore, okay? Because for this session we only have about 1 hour. But as of now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up your mind. At least you have a clear direction on, okay, what I should do. I should start a wallet. For us, we have a group of people, and we also have a few local communities that can assist in details, because those are another stages. But as of now, I'm only going to touch what are the key difference or key segment that you should know. So first, as I said, you must have a wallet. Second, of course, you need to have a digital content. And third, you need to have, or you need to know which marketplace you should go, or which place that you want to create the token. Alright, so that's all covering blockchain and until NFT. I will pause for a while. Okay, I will give about 1 minute, 2 minutes. Yes, CY, correct. There's no middleman because of smart contract. Smart contracts solve that. And really, is it like piracy? Okay, what happens if someone uses an art which they did not produce and make money by minting on it? Okay, this one I will touch in the Q&A. I will mention this again. Okay, what else? Okay, so until this point, how to say, I believe that one things after this, you guys should be able to explain to people what is blockchain and NFT. If you can explain to people, which means you has that depth of understanding. Alright, and next is, okay, let's talk about Pentas. We are Malaysian. We are NFT marketplace empowering digital culture and heritage. This is us. And this webinar also part of a session where we love to introduce ourselves to the market. And part of our objective is actually we want to be a key player. We want to be the industry leader, especially in this space, locally and also regionally. So we Pentas, okay, we have a program called Pentas onboarding program. And one of the reasons why we have this program is because currently we are in a journey of going live. Our marketplace is already live, but we are in a stage of onboarding the artists into Pentas, preparing the content, and we are going to open our market so that people can see, people can participate, people can, even if you don't have an intention to sell, or if you have a historical moment happening in your life that you want to put on a blockchain, you can do so. Because really there are many things. If you guys think about NFT, there are many things that we can do. So it's also part of a shout out. We are going to host an onboarding program, and this program is actually to educate and to guide from zero into how people can start into NFT. So we have a community, we have many support system that going to help you guys on this, and it's a free of charge, just to highlight. And At the same time, Pentas, we also have supporting partners. Okay, so we have Rumah Tangsi. If for those staying in KL, Rumah Tangsi is a heritage community event space. So it is how to say, lead by our brother Reza. Rida, lead by our brother Rida. So again, Rumah Tangsi is heritage community event space. We have Citizen, which is a digital agency. They are advising on sustainable development goals and policy. So we have Citizens, and one of institutional players that also part of our supporting partners is Imperium Universe. So this is also they are actually accelerate the career of a talented artist, and their role is actually connecting the artist to the brand, and at the same time is they provide end-to-end service and solution for the artist to engage in NFT space. So those are Imperium space, and we have one more community in Malaysia, which is NFXT. So this is where the community is actually gathered, artists helping artists. If you have a question, you can come to Pentas. We have we have a team that is going to elaborate to you and help you to see what are NFT, how to onboard into NFT, learn more about NFT. And when it comes to community spaces, there is NFXT. So okay, those are our partners. Done. We have a Q&A. I would like to see. Okay, I would like to see. Let me transition this. Okay, based on that earlier quick session, is there any basic fundamental question that you guys would like to ask? Maybe I can see in the comment. You guys. All right. And I think there's earlier someone asked about what happened if someone mint an artwork, right? Mint an artwork if that art is not belong to them. Okay. Theoretically, if people want to do that, nobody can stop you. But what are the implication? Okay, implication is actually there is intellectual property. If you mint, if you stole someone art and put on an NFT space, the original artist can still find you if you make money out of it, and this is protected by intellectual property. There are different things happening on outside crypto space, and there's nothing happening on crypto space. So ethically, is not right to do so. Legally also it's not right to do so. Even not in crypto space, even for example in YouTube, people can still publish maybe copyright content, but at the end of the day, YouTube will pull it down. Same goes to all of those marketplace. You can sell, but if there's a report, there's a complaint coming into that particular marketplace, they can pull down that artwork. So those are a common policy applied by all those NFT players. So yes, okay. Is there any more question? Alvin. Okay, what do you ask? What is the currency name of NFT? What does Pentas I'm not really understand. Oh, use. Pentas, we don't have any coin, we don't have any token. So because for us, we provide a platform. Okay, we provide a platform for people to put and mint their arts, and they can buy and sell. Will there be a Pentas token in the future? This is yet to be decided. As of now, we do collaborate with our Malaysian local security commission. We are actually in touch with them. We are talking with them. Actually, we have a meeting with them, indicating, because on the past session they did ask us about what is our business model and so on and so on. We have, during that session, actually we explained what is smart contract, what is NFT, what is the difference between NFT and existing coin like Bitcoin and so on and so on. Because NFT is totally a different space, and because of that, it's actually one of our key aim is we want to be the market leader in this space. So we are the first, and we want to be the market leader in this space, locally and also regionally. That is our goal and aim. Okay, Alzal, typically people use art in image GC. How about video, tweet, or other medium? We can still mint them, right? Yes, you can mint them. Restriction on the file size. Okay, if you guys from this live session, you can see there's a question asked by Alza. So there is a restriction on file size, and this is depends on the marketplace. Some marketplace allow bigger file size, some marketplace they don't allow bigger file size. Okay, what should I do to mint at Pentas and which marketplace? To mint at Pentas, what we have right now, our marketplace, we are going to open for public soon, and what we are doing right now is we are promoting our onboarding program. Because if you imagine us as an e-commerce platform, before we can open the shop means we need to prepare all the content inside our marketplace. So if you are interested, if you want to learn, we have those support system that we teach you to do so, and it's free of charge. Yeah. Why not using ETH ecosystem? Yes, okay, this is also a good question. If you see, there's one of the biggest issue with Ethereum is a gas fee. But I said we can have a detailed session, which is a AMA, means ask me anything on Pentas. But one of the reason why we don't use Ethereum is because of that particular issue, gas fee. Yes. Yeah, someone asked about gas fee. What is Pentas.io marketing model to market minted NFT? We have multiple strategy. One of it is because we will have a campaign and curated teams based on event. And another shout out that we are going to do this month is actually we are doing something related to Merdeka event. Before I forget, we have a competition is actually happening. One of our main channel, you guys can follow our Twitter. You can see from this. This there's below here. There's our official Twitter. You can follow. There's a Merdeka competition also happening. Yes. Okay. Anything? Okay. Gas fee. What is marketing plan? Okay. Back to that question. What is our market? We have the identity of Pentas is maybe I will show here. Where is okay? Because we are what we do, what differentiates us compared to other marketplace is we empowering digital culture and heritage. That's why a few of our supporting partners like Rumah Tangsi, they are involved in heritage. They are also a few from architecture related. There are a few artists that actually try to promote culturals. So it goes back to blockchain. So if you see, that's why it's very crucial for us to educate the masses about the blockchain. Because if people really understand what is blockchain, they know if I want to preserve something, if I want to make it put on the blockchain, and it will last forever as long as the blockchain survive. So this is a good method for people to archive things. If you are a digital creator, right, you want your art 10 generation ahead to goes back to see, this is my late grandfathers creating this and put on a blockchain. They can still found it and see it. And because of blockchain, when people understand blockchain, it cannot be tampered and people trust the data. Nobody, not even a single individual in this world, can modify or alter. I have signed up for onboarding program. How to know if I selected or how long it will be processed? Okay, currently one of the way that you can approach us is of course by signing up on that onboarding program. We have our team that will inform and that will approach you on if let's say we have a webinar or if we have a session on how to guide you or how to bring you on board. So I will shout out these two key components. Follow us on Twitter because this is one of our main information channel. Next is join our Discord, because from Discord you can talk to me directly, because I will be there, our team will be there. And those onboarding program, we are currently collecting we are seeing the data on how many interested parties, and we are going to split into maybe multiple batch and so on and so on. And the objective is, as I said, we are going to prepare the marketplace, we are going to beautify, and when we reach our target, we're also going to announce soon. We're going to open the marketplace, and hopefully we can expose, we can educate the masses, we can tell the media, and we can we can expand not only locally but also regionally. Hopefully still the gas fee is still high currently. Maybe we can use more option for our NFT. Okay, when it comes to gas fee, yes, Ethereum network is expensive, but in our currently we are using Binance network BNB, and the minting cost is actually if you mint an hour. Because I believe when I say mint, because I did explain earlier what does minting means. So when you mint hour in Pentas, roughly is about RM3 Malaysia, RM2 to RM3 Malaysia per artwork. And those RM2, RM3 is not for Pentas. It's actually is you paid to the people who are responsible maintaining the blockchain. Maybe we can use more option for NFT. Yes, okay. So again, I hope that this session helps you to understand what is blockchain, what is NFT, and at the same time, it prepare you to onboard into if you are interested into these spaces, because we will do multiple session. We can bring in a few artists so that from there people will see what are the things that actually because of NFT it changed their life. There are some artists that because of COVID they are struggling, they don't have any earnings, and at the same time because of NFT means his art being sold and he has a decent living. So yeah, many things. How to support Pentas directly and indirectly? If okay, as I mentioned, our main communication channel, you can reach us on Twitter and Discord. I do have emails, and you can send an email to us, hello@pentas.io. Then we can talk. We can have a session also. Okay, should do some banking creation digital artworks too for non-artists so that we can create our own artworks too. Yes, okay, definitely we can do that. What we need right now, as I said, we are trying to educate the masses so that there is no misconception. Okay, when people think about crypto, when people think about blockchain, this is a scam. But if the things that we trying to portray is we want people to understand what is blockchain. Yes, the coin is different story, right? But the technology itself, and I love to relate to let's say internet. When internet start to appear, even I remember there's a newspaper mentioning that okay, internet is very dangerous, budaya barat coming to Malaysia, blah 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 blah, things like this. But the technology itself is very powerful. Not only it solve those distance gap, but at the same time it brings up a new economic sector. Okay, yes, okay. Now, okay, if you see in our session, we have a minting event on our Discord. For those who, even if you are not familiar with this space, feel welcome to join. You see what is happening on the spaces, and yes, okay. Any more question? Hopefully, again, this is our first webinar series. We are going to do many more live session. And we can, okay, if you have we will interact more on the with all of you guys, and we will see what are the next interesting topic. If you have any idea on the next interesting topic, what should we peel off? All right. So yeah, Pentas Haring, I love to contribute. Rida Muhammadi, yes. Rida, send us an email, hello@pentas.io. Yeah, okay. So any more question? If you have any question related to the slides earlier, yes, correct. I'm reading a comment from Muhammad Arif. I love blockchain tech, which is transparent. Correct. Actually, not many people really understand. The only things that when people think about blockchain, they don't understand blockchain. The only thing that plays in their mind is Bitcoin, and they see there's a scams coming in, there's a Ponzi people make out of it. Yeah, people sometimes people are they are creative enough to create scam all of it, but people forget that actually the beautiful things is a technology underlying beneath it, which is blockchain. Is there any ceiling price for the stuff we tokenize? Okay, Alwin himself. Actually, there is no ceiling price. That's why if you mint an hour, you can sell it cheap. or because some of artists actually they rely on the royalty. So royalty means even if they're so cheap, but at the same time the artwork is being continuously sold on the secondary market, back and forth, the artist will continuously receive the royalty. And keep us updated with Pentas actually just in just like Charles. Yeah, yes. Okay. So again, shout out, follow us on Twitter. Actually this is you also can like our Facebook page. We just open up Facebook page so that we can cater. And our next stream session we might include multiple channel like YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. Thank you everyone. Right, thank you everyone. Hopefully this session I explain what is blockchain, what is NFT, and I really hope that you guys know how to explain to other people. If you know how to explain to other people, means you have that in-depth knowledge, and it's very clear and it's very beautiful journey for us, for our country to move forwards toward this blockchain and cryptocurrency related. Okay, thank you everyone. So it seems like we have 10 minutes more. If you have any question. Okay, while we are here, as I said, there's one thing that yeah, okay, we have 10 minutes more. Let's see what else, any interesting comment that I can respond to. Okay, when comes to blockchain, when comes to Pentas, we want to be the key player. Alright, we want to be the key player in NFT space. There are many things people can create out of NFT. Okay, I will give a few example. What if one day your education certificate, your birth certificate is not on a server somewhere, but it is on a blockchain, protected, untampered. Of course, there are many cases like fake IC, right? There's I don't know how many IC. There's a fake IC related. Maybe there's a fake vaccination certificate related. All of these really can be solved by blockchain because of that transparency. What's up? Okay. Alright. Okay, I think I will end up here. And our next session is we are going to move to Discord. We have another moderator which is also part of our team members. He will lead the minting event, so we will talk with the artists. We will try to do even continue Q&A session if people want to know more about Pentas. So I believe maybe Pentas can share our Discord link here. Yeah, maybe we can share our Discord link. Alright, thank you everyone. Have a great weekend and stay safe. Alright, thank you.